hear from the community of this area
ukuthi sizozwa izimvo zomphakathi walendawo
as it relates to the rail safety bill
njengoba ukuya ngomthethosivivinywa wezokuphepha kujantshi.
So it is your meeting,
Umhlangano wenu ke lona,
but we will be listening to you.
thina sizolalela nina.
Let me start by introducing my colleagues that are here.
Ithi ngiqale ngokuthi ngazise ozakwethu engihamba nabo.
On my extreme right
Esandleni sami sokudla
is the Honorable Miriam Ramadwa, Member of Parliament.
unkosikazi uMiriam Ramahlwa ilungu leParlamente.
Next to her is Honorable Fikile Kumalo, Member of Parliament.
Eduze kwakhe uMamfikile Khumalo ilungu leParlamente.
Next to her, next to me is Honorable Lawrence MacDonald, Member of Parliament.
Bese kuba ilungu umnomzana uLawrence MacDonald naye uyilungu leParlamente.
Immediately next to me is Honorable Thamsanqa Mabena, Member of Parliament.
Bese kuba umnomzana uThamsanqa Mabena ilungu leParlamente.
Next to him is Honorable John Bilankulu, Member of Parliament.
Bese kulandela ubaba uJohn Bilankulu ilungu leParlamente.
Last but not least is Honorable Ketamabala Sitole, Member of Parliament.
Bese egcineni umnomzana uKhetamabala Sithole uyilungu leParlamente naye.
Our program is going to be very brief because moreover we have started quite late.
Uhlelo lwethu luzoba lufusha kakhulu ngoba sesiqale ngemuva kwesikhathi.
And once more I do apologize for those of you who came very early on time.
Ngiyaxolisa kakhulu kinina abafike kuseseyisikhathi.
I am going to introduce to you the bill itself on a very high level, what it seeks to achieve.
Ngizoqala ngokuthi ngazise lo mthethosivivinywa kabanzi ukuthi wona uhlose ukufinyelela ini.
Thereafter we will open for your input.
Ngemuva kwalokho sizonipha ithuba lokuthi niphonse esivivaneni.
What should have happened?
Bekufanele ukuthi sikwenzile
In the last week or in the last couple of days, there would have been workshops or interaction with the community around here.
Ezinsukwini ezimbala noma mhlambe evikini elidlule bekufanele ukuthi kube khona ama workshop kule ndawo,
which would have given you an explanation in more detail of why we are coming and what the bill is all about.
Le workshop bekufanele ukuthi ke inchazele kakhulu ngesizathu sokuthi yini esiletha la nokuthi umthethosivivinywa umaqondana nani.
Just by show of hand, if there is anybody in the audience who did have this workshop, attended it or heard about it, I'll just like you to raise your hand where you are seated.
Bengicela ukuthi labo abake bezwa ngale workshop noma abaye baya kule workshop ngicela ukuthi baphakamise izandla.
All right, thank you very much.
Siyabonga kakhulu.
So which already puts us on a very difficult place
Lokho kusibeka kusimo esinzima
because we are going to talk to you about something that you are hearing for the first time today.
ngoba sizokhuluma ngento ukuthi niyaqala ukuyizwa ngqa namuhla.
But nevertheless, we will continue
Ize kunjalo sizoqhubeka
and we will assess at the end what impact we might have had.
Sizohlaziya egcineni ukuthi ibe namthelela muni.
After you would have spoken to us to give us input,
Ngemuva kokuthi nikhulume nathi niphonsa izimvo zenu esivivaneni,
one of my colleagues will talk to you and tell you what will be the process from here going forward, or what are we going to do with your inputs.
Omunye woza kwethu uzochaza ukuthi ke sizokwenzani ukusuka la njengoba siqhubeka nokuthi sizowenzani ngezimvo zenu ezizabe nizithulile.
There are two ways of participating and inputting to a process of bill or of lawmaking.
Zimbili izindlela zokubamba iqhaza kunqubo yokwenziwa komthetho.
The first one, which is not really the first one, but one of them is what we are doing here today,
Enye yazo yilokho esikwenzayo namuhla,
where you talk to us about what you'd like to see in a bill.
lapho nizokhuluma nathi ngokuthi yiziphi izinto enithakazela ukuzibona kulomthetho sivivinywa.
The second one is writing down your comments.
Indlela yesibili ukubhala ukuphawula kwenu.
There is a opportunity to write on the right there against the wall there.
Kukhona ithuba lokuthi ningabhala esandleni sami sokudla niyababona ke izithunywa ezikhona lapho.
They've got forms that you can talk to them. They can write what you want to say with your mouth, or you can take a form and write it yourself.
Ungahlangana nabo bazokunika iform lapho bese uyakhuluma bona babhale phansi izinto ozikhulumayo noma ungacela iform wena uzibhalele ngokwakho.
They can also give you an email address if you want to read the bill yourself at home and then send an email at a later stage.
Bangakupha ne-email uma kukuthi wena ufuna ukuzifundela lo mthetho esivivinywa ekhaya bese wenza izethulo zakho isekhaya uthumele i-email.
So despite the fact that you might not have had an opportunity to know about this before, it is not all lost.
Noma ningazange nithole ithuba lokuthi naziswe ngalokhu namuhla ngiyathemba ukuthi ithemba likhona lokuthi singaqhubekela phambili.
So I'm going to take you through what this bill actually says.
Ngizoqhubeka nginazise ukuthi lo mthetho esivivinywa uthini.
The bill before us is the rail safety bill.
Lo mthetho esivivinywa osinayo umthetho esivivinywa ezokuphepha kuloliwe.
Its intention, it seeks to improve safety in the Republic of South African railways.
Injongo ukwenza ngcono ukuphepha kuloliwe eningizimu Afrika.
Once this bill has been processed and is now an act of parliament,
Uma lo mthetho esivivinywa ke wena soqhutshukisiwe bese kuba umthetho weParliament.
it will replace an existing act
Uzoba sesikhundleni somthetho okhona okwamanje
which is called the National Rail Safety Regulator Act.
obizwa ngokuthi National Rail Safety Regulator Act okumthetho okulawula kwezokuphepha kuloliwe.
This bill before us doesn't replace many or all the clauses in the bill or in the act rather.
Lo mthetho awuzosula zonke izigaba ezikhona kumthetho okhona khona manje.
And the process we are in now is one of the processes in the process of developing legislation.
Inqubo esikuyo ke manje enye yezinqumo kunqubo yokwakhiwa komthetho.
It is something that the Constitution forces on us as legislators or parliamentarians to consult the public.
Siyaphoqelelwa umthetho sivivinywa njengamalungu eParliament ukuthi kufanele ukuthi siqhumane sibonisane nemiphakathi.
It's also an opportunity for the community to participate and have their voices heard in the shaping of this legislation.
Futhi kuyithuba lemphakathi lokuthi babambe iqhaza baphonse esivivaneni ekwakhiweni kwalemithetho.
As a committee, we are traveling all provinces.
Njengekomiti sihamba izifundazwe zonke.
This is our second province, being Mpumalanga. We were in Northwest last week.
Isifundazwe sesibili ke la eMpumalanga ngeviki elidlule besise Northwest.
We are not able to go to every part of the province. We target the areas where there is an interaction with the rail system.
Ngeke sikwazi ukuthi ke siye kuzo zonke izingxenye zesifundazwe sikhetha indawo lapho kuba khona ke kukhona ujantshi noma uloliwe.
So when we leave here, we'll go to the other provinces.
Kusuka kwethu la sizoya kwezinye izifundazwe.
So the bill, as I said before us, number 1, seeks to promote railway safety in the Republic.
Lo mthetho sivivinywa njengoba ngishilo kokuqala ukuthi ubhekelele ukuqhubekisa ezokuphepha kuloliwe eningizimu Afrika.
Secondly, it reinforces or it continues the existence of what we call rail safety regulator.
Okwesibili ibhekelele ukuqhubekisa kokuba khona kwe rail safety regulator olawula ezokuphepha kuloliwe.
Thirdly, the bill provides for a board and governance structures of the regulator.
Okunye ukuthi lo mthetho sivivinywa uhlinzekela ukuba khona kwe board kwalabo abalawula ezokuphepha.
The bill also provides for an appeal mechanism should anybody not be happy with some actions that would have been executed.
Futhi uzohlinzekela ukundluliswa kwamacala uma kwenzeka ukuthi kukhona ungagculisekile ofuna ukundlulisa icala.
The name of the bill is a rail safety bill.
Igama lalo mthetho I rail safety bill ukusho ukuthi umthetho sivivinywa wezokuphepha kuloliwe.
And that on its own does say that the emphasis is on rail safety.
Lokho kuyasho ukuthi ke kugcizelelwa kwezokuphepha kuloliwe.
In particular for passengers,
ikakhulukazi kubagibeli,
rail workers,
abasebenzi bekaloliwe,
rail and rail infrastructure,
inqalasizinda kaloliwe,
goods and as well as vendors who operate within the stations.
Impahla kanye nalabo abathengisa kuziteshi.
And the communities that live along railway lines and stations.
Kanye nemiphakathi ehlala la kudlula khona uloliwe kanye neziteshi.
And I think this is the community we are talking to.
Ngicabanga ukuthi yiwo lo mphakathi esikhulumisana nawo.
So in essence, that is what this bill is about.
Eqinisweni nje lo mthetho sivivinywa ungalokho.
As I said, we will test as we give you an opportunity now to tell us what you would like to see happening around rail safety.
Njengoba ngishilo ukuthi sizonika ithuba lokuthi nikhulume ukuthi iziphi izinto eningathanda ukuthi nizibone kulo mthetho sivivinya maqondana nokuphepha kuloliwe.
Our session is not a question and answer session, so we will not be answering questions.
Lo mhlangano wethu akuwona wokubuza nokuphendula imibuzo okusho ukuthi asizophendula imibuzo.
It is also not a session for us to debate issues that you might agree or disagree with.
Futhi akuwona umhlangano lapho singaxoxisana ngezinto ukuthi ningavumelana ngazo noma ningaphikisana nazo.
It is a session for us to hear from you what you would like to see as it relates to rail safety.
Kumhlangano ukuthi sizwe kinina ukuthi yini izinto eningathanda ukuzibona maqondana nezokuphepha kuloliwe.
So I will stop here now and invite hands, and then we'll be able to hear from you as you give us input.
Ngizomisa lapho bese nginikeza nina ithuba niphakamisa izandla ukuze nikwazi ukuthi niphonse esivivaneni ngokukhipha izimvo zenu.
Everyone is entitled and is allowed to speak in the language that they prefer.
Wonke umuntu unelungelo lokuthi akhulume ngolwimi alithandayo.
If there are people who don't understand that language, there will be interpreters.
Uma kunabantu abangazwisisi lolo limi bakhona otolika.
So I'm going to take hands 10 at a time.
Ngizothatha izandla eziyishumi ngasikhathi sinye.
and then we'll continue that way. You will tell us what you'd like us to hear from you.
Ngemuva kwalokho ke sizonika ithuba sizwe ngani ukuthi iziphi nina izinto enithanda ukuzibona maqondana nokuphepha kuloliwe.
So I'm ready to take hands.
Sengime ngomumo ukuthi ngathatha izandla.
That hand there was up long before I invited hands. So we will start with it.
Sizoqala ngakho.
I hope it was about the rail safety, or is it something else?
Ngiyathemba bokumaqondana nokuphepha kuloliwe noma ezinye nje izindaba.
Akasitshela ukuthi zezinye izindaba okanye ini le.
Please tell us, is it about rail safety or any other issues?
All right, asenze kanje ke. Ingadi khona inkingana. All right, hlala bamba isitulo sakho baba uzokhuluma kuqala. Sokulalela. No hlala phansi. Sithale abanye abantu abafuna ukukhuluma na. Number 2 ungeza baba. Number 3. Number 4. Any other hands? Number 5. There is 4. Ubaba lapha unga ubamba isitulo lapha baba ukwenzela ukuthi singakuphosi. Any other hand? Ukhona omunye ofuna ukukhuluma? All right, singathoma singaqala ngawe baba.
Mina ngiyabingelela. Ngiyengithemba mamba ngokutalwa la Boven. Le Boven le ngiyati ngale stage. Because stage sase Boven lesikhulu kunato tonke titeshi. Savalwa kwaphela imisebenzi yabo babethu kwendeka yonke. Thina sikhulu sithola ukuthi vele stage asasebenzi. Azange sesibone bantu bachamuka kithi batosichazela ukuthi yindaba station singasasebenzi. Mara manje kunebantu labasebenza la station labangasiko bala Boven and kunelungelo ukuthi basebenze ngoba eSouth Africa vele umsebenzi awukho. Sifuna kwathi ukuthi nine niteleni la nitositshela nina ukuthi nelungelo lokuphatha station nani noma nitekutositshelani la phela kwento lesifuna kuyathina ngoba vele umsebenzi asinawo. Into lesifuna kuyade ukuthi la nteleni ngasichazela lokho wena okay usukumile wa present lento lo ipresentako asiyathi ngoba sathi nje ku stage lesingasi bani base Boven lesingasiso sala Boven ukuthi wena upresenta ini upresenta ukuthi uphakamisa ukuthi vele singabi khona la kaMjantshi noma asinankinga mara thina sila Boven ngoba bobaba wethu bayisebenzile le Mjantshi. Na into lesiyatiko njoni envelile namhla asathi ukuthi into wendani kule presentation yakho asivote uthini njengami angikuvote uthini.
My name is Temba Mamba. I was born and bred around here in Waterval, Boven. The railway station here, I know all about it. However, it was closed without engagements with us or awareness. We were not told what was going on here. We just saw it closed. So we saw people also working at the railway station. However, to our surprise, we still wonder why you as members of parliament are here now. We'd like you to clarify your role here because this is our place. Our fathers worked for this place, but there's little that we know in terms of what is going on with the railway station here. So it is interesting that we are here because we would want to know why you're here.
Ngiyanibingelela mina legama ngimandla wakaZulu. Mphathi siyabonga ukuthi nisivakashele eBhova but sibhlungu ukuthi ngesikhathi lethi matima aniveli neyanyamalala. Stage sethu size sife sibe ku stage lesikuso. It's because of isabotage leendekako within Guinea my leader. Number one, ngicela mphathi ngicela nisibiyelele back niyo checka kuma board wenu ma board of directors la rana Transnet la labane interest ku Transnet because they are killing Transnet bane ma tender kuma truck bathatha umsebenzi lekufanele ngabe uranwa iTransnet wendiwa ma truck abo ngicela nicheke la ma directors la ka Transnet ane ma truck array amalahla la malahla lekufanele ngabe sebenzwa iTransnet. So if ningachecka lokho at least nangabe banema interest with business abaphume ku Transnet kube nebantu labafuna ukurana iTransnet ibe progressive iline manje nangafika uchecke ku Transnet khamba sinye stimela. Secondly, iTransnet ayikhona icasha because ayinamsebenzi manje at current because of those people who are taking job from Transnet putting it to their trucks. Ngajabula nakungalungisa lokho kubuyele le line lesibiyele kube stage lesi operator in full ma investor abuye invest eBhova kurane iTransnet bafowethu bakhona kusebenza eBhova. Ngiyabonga.
My name is Mandla Zulu. I would like to thank your presence here today on this issue. However, I would like to point out that it looks like there's a lot of sabotage in the services or in the workings of Transnet or the railway. I would like to appeal to you to go and scrutinize the members of these boards because it looks like some of the members of these boards, they own coal hauling trucks. They are both members of the board, but they also want to supply trucks, which is a conflict of interest and which is corruption. So we would like to see the railway, especially the railway station here, go back to its original glory, so that our people can get employment and be productive. It is very disheartening to see the extent of the ruin that has happened over the years with the railways.
Ngiyabonga. Okay. Ngiyabonga. Ngiyakubingelela sihlalo lithimba lakho nalelo hamba nabo ngibingelele nomphakathi wasemgwenye. Ibhili siyayiva baba. Siyayamukela. Kodwa ke kuba nalokunye lekuvame kuvela. Njengoba sebakhulumile ngaphambilini indzawo yethu bekuyi beehive of activity kwa Sportnet until ima boardroom decisions satithola sekunganamsebenzi lapha. Now in the process yokuhamba kwabo bashiye ama buildings lapha yana la kangasebenzi. Now sesithola sisenkingeni angifuni kubabite ngabonya uphe man. Kodwa ke kutholakala sekutshontshwa ama cables lapha yana to an extent, mhlambe in a worst scenario, singaze sithole umuntu lekafile in those buildings, in those old buildings. Asati ukuthi mhlambe ni njenge portfolio committee, akukho yini leningakukhuluma na Transnet, kuthi lama buildings angahlali are empty. Akube khona lokwendekako in those buildings, or bawasose ku community like kube nema workshops lapha aspiring business people bangakwati kuyosebentela khona, or bende ma hostels, or kube nema recreational centers, ngoba lenye I problem lesinayo la local I lack of recreational facilities awekho. Now kune site leli laisha iChrome laphayana, so asiyati the environmental impact lenayo iChrome uma yehliswa ibuye ilayishwa futhi estimeleni. There might be spillage in the course of them doing their job, ne? Ibese iyachitheka eceleni, and we have a river running through. Uma leyo Chrome ingahamba ihambe ize ifike emfuleni, kunamafishi laphayana angafa, kune flora le laphayana lengamosheka, mhlambe in 20 years singagcine singasabi nato tihlahla letikhona next to the river banks, ne? Now leyo Chrome ingaba ne impact nyana. Sine TVET college le offerisha engineering as one of its courses. Uma ngikhuluma ngema old buildings, njengoba ngishilo eqaleni ukuthi iTransnet beyinemsebenzi lomnengi laphayana. So mina my thinking will be kulama buildings lebe wakhona lapha bekuma workshops khona, they can source those buildings nale equipment to TVET college lapha labantwana bayowenda khona ma practicals, because currently bayahamba bayiswe eWitbank. Now to save angeni emaphaketheni wabo, but I'm just thinking to save imali yabo esikhathi sokubamikisa lena, they can use those buildings that are here ekuthini bafundzise labo bantwana. We are not only looking at Transnet ukuthi isiqashe, but Transnet is a big company. So mina I would say bona ngema departments wabo banga capacitator of banga developer emerging business people labala ngekuthi basifundzise how to set up our businesses, how to compile a business profile, something like that. Ekuthini nathi sikwati kuyo compete nalabanye bantu laba well developed or laba well equipped in the business sense. Ngiyabonga.
Yo, it's too much. Okay. Firstly, I greet you all, and we understand the bill and we welcome it. Our place was beehive of activity until Transnet left. There are buildings standing here as white elephants. They are unoperated. Cables are stolen to an extent where you find murders happening around in the area. You as leaders, perhaps you need to speak with Transnet and consider alternative usage of these buildings for recreational purposes and activities. So there's a site operating in Chrome around here and we don't know of the environmental impact that was done, and we're thinking the spillage that might occur could be damaging to the rivers, affecting fish, it can affect our fauna. We might lose trees in 20 years' time because of the chrome that might spill to the rivers. We also have a TVET college around here that is offering engineering as one of the subjects. So we are saying, or we are of the view that the buildings that are unattended here might actually be offered by Transnet to the college to use, because that will actually be beneficial to the students and also to the institution itself. We also don't expect Transnet to employ us as such, but at the least they can assist in capacitating us so that we can set up our own businesses and compete, get assistance in terms of understanding how operations work in that space, because that might also assist us to compete with people in that stage. Thank you.
Sanibonani ekseni. Ngibingelele mphakathi, ngibingelele Transport Committee Portfolio Parliamentary. Ngibingelele nalabahamba nabo. Ngiyacabanga ukukhuluma letsuka la lokunengi sebakhulumile. Ngitokhuluma kube kubili nje kodwa lokunengi benginako sebakhulumile. Stage sase Boven ngokomlando, it's one of the biggest. Silingana ne Bosman station, if history tells me. Not in a capacity, but in a history. Kangango ukuthi lo mdzala lo nganga Paul Kruger makabaleka le eBosman wabuya watotinda la eBoven kule station lesi. Ngiko sisikhulu ke ngokwe history. Yeah. So ngibuyele la kule bill safety. In terms of le infrastructure le vandalizwako la khaya, ngathi khona le ningakwenda nikusukumele kubuyele kufane naletinye teshi kunabo prasa ngibo labaphethe lapho kunebagadi bakhona kuba nemathuba futhi omsebenzi. Ngoba cha njengoba ngisho ukuthi lokunengi tikhulumile lokwe safety especially the infrastructure le vandalizwako lelinye langa kuyococwa idumbu lapha njengoba sethilo tikhuluma. So ngitobonga ngihlale phansi lokunengi bakushilo.
Good morning to you all, the chairperson and members of the portfolio committee. The people who have spoken before me have already covered a lot of ground. So I will not say too much. I would like to talk about the state of vandalism of the infrastructure of Transnet. As others have already pointed out, it is such a shame because the Waterval Boven station is one of the biggest railway stations around. In fact, I think it is in the same category as a Bosman station. Historically speaking, this is where Paul Kruger himself ran away from Bosman and he came and settled here in this area. So the significance and the history is very important. That is why it is very important that the infrastructure should be returned to its original glorious past. That is all I have to say. Thank you.
sifuna sinazise kona esihlupheka ngako. Ngithanda nje ukusho ngithanda ukuthi bengingabuza ukuthi kanti uSportberg wayaphi ngoba uSportberg sowubalekile akasekho ibe nguye lo wakha le ndawo yase Waterval Boven ingu SAR namhla sengu Sportnet sengu Trustnet kodwa yayingu SAR ingu Sportberg aqinile sisebenza singahlupheki namhla siyahlupheka namhla asisebenzi uSportberg ubulele yonke lento titeshi utibulele uSportberg usibulalele nestimela sokuhamba ipassenger yohamba uyibulele abogogo abasakhona ukuhamba abomkhulu abasakhona ukuhamba sebegijima baya emgwaqeni bayabulawa bajikijelwa emahlathini kanti kuSportberg bebalihamba kamnandi bakhululekile baphephile namhlanje sibonga lokuthi kumbe ngaye emakhaya la nihlala khona nisizamele kangcono impilo yethu ithuthuke iye phambili ibuyele kulesimo lesiya ebesiphila sona hayi lesi not listen hayi lesi esiphila sona siphila kabuhlungu ngiyabonga.
Greetings all. My name is Paul Skosana. It's our first seeing you, the committee members. Thank you for coming to us. And I would like to know where is Sportberg went? Because today we have Transnet. Transnet destroyed the railway. Now we are struggling. We are starving in our homes. And with Sportberg was strong, and Sportberg it was safe even for our children and the mothers. Now we are suffering a lot. So we'd like you to come to our homes and do some improvements because we are starving and we go hunger and there is no safety. Thank you.
I just got worried that Mkulu left. I also wanted to say, we also don't know him. We are seeing him for the first time.
Ngile ngoba na umkhulu sondlulile ngoba bengithanda nje ukuthi ngiphawule ukuthi nami bengifuna ukubuza nje ukuthi wayaphi uSportberg.
Asithole, are there any other hands?
Ingaba kukhona yini ezinye izandla?
Sithathe zona, any other hands? Oh, sefikile oqala. Any other hands? Omunye ufuna ukukhuluma Paule? Any other person would like to contribute? Ienige andermen se wat wel bietjie ingooi in die kopie hierso. All right. Okay, let's continue with those that are here.
Sithi sizaqhubeka ngalabo abakhona la.
Ngiyanibingelela baphathi. Igama ngisiPhiwe ngwakaNcongwane. Ngingumhlali wala eBoven. Ngiyeva nikhuluma ngekuphepha kwetitimela nalokunye nemiphakathi around lesonzelene netitimela. Bengifuna kubuta ukuthi kunemphakathi lapha isection bathi kusesigwabula. Labantu bangale bakhe close go railway line. So ngekuphepha bengifuna kwathi ukuthi ngalelinye ilanga njengoba ayake aderail ma train. Ngikhula mhlambe ngeke ngabona litrogo lidlula nje lihamba lilodwa libaleka. So masingaderail lapha sitimela sirolele tukwaletindlu ngubani lo in charge because bantu oviyase ekugcineni bofuna kubhadaleka kuthi bebahleli endzaweni yamjantshi angeke bakubone lokho because manje bahleli and I'm sure lapha kudzala maybe bekune fence lekhombisa ukuthi ngala awusayi sengamjantshi ngalana ku community but ngokuthi imjantshi angisho wenda tinto wathishiya akusanakwa naleyo fence ayisabonakala bantu bakha kuyowendekani lelanga itodirailela kulabantu labahlala lapha ngoba ingadirayila ufikendeka something ukuthi babuye badzilite uyobuya masinyane emjantshi adzilite but kwanyalo since baseselapha kutowendekani ngiyabonga.
My name is Sipiwe Ngongwane. I'm a resident here in Waterval, Boven. I hear about the railway safety and all of that, but my concern is that there's a community around here residing right next to the railway. So my question is, if one train or something can happen, it derails, and whose responsibility will that be? Who will take responsibility and account if something happened to any member of the community residing next to the railway train? Because something like that seemingly is inevitable. It can happen at any time, and we don't know what to say now as a community. What will happen? Who will take responsibility? That is my main concern, because as we speak, people are residing there right next to the railway.
Sanibonani nonke. Ngibabili Shongwe ngihlala eMashara. Sibonge lelithuba ukuthi nitekitsi. Ngine concern noma umbuto wami uthi ngiyabona kwenteke kahle ukuthi nifike baqale ukukhuluma bala eBoven. Kusese nalomthonselana. Ngicela ukuthi nivuselele ukungafi lomthonselana. Umbuto wami usekutheni eMashara station sekude kuseleti indonga todwa. Loko asifuni ukubona sekwendekile la. So sitawuvuselele kanjani eMashara? Sibuye ku safety. Pambilini labo khamba khona stimela bowuthola sivalelwe. Malanyalo uthola kudlula inkomo kwendekani. Inkomo ayisingumuntu ukuthi iyakhona kuva ngoba noma sithi kunemadlelo tiyaphuma. Malana seyishayiseke stimeleni tawufuneka umnikati wenkomo kuthi inkomo ishayise stimela. So sicela ukuthi ke iphindze ibiyelwe yonke indzawo la kuhamba khona stimela. Noma abantu noma yini kwateke ukuthi la stimela asiphazanyiswa ngilutho. Naseyivuselelwe kwakhiwe amathuba emsebenzi kuqashwe abantu lapho bagade ukuthi idrade konke akulahleki. Ngiyabonga.
I greet everybody, and I would like to welcome you all, and thank you for coming to talk to us about this issue. My name is Babili Shongwe. I am relieved or happy that you have come, you started here at Waterval Boven to talk about this issue. Because I am worried about what has happened at Machadodop, which is where I come from. That railway station has been completely destroyed. Therefore, I wouldn't like to see the same fate befalling the railway station here at Waterval Boven. I think that there is something that needs to be done. In terms of the issue of safety, in the past, the railway station was fenced in so that there was no possibility or danger of either human beings or animals getting killed or being knocked down by a train. That situation does not occur anymore. It's not the same. There is no fencing anymore, and animals and human beings are at the mercy of fate. Therefore, I would like to appeal that the station, especially the Machado railway station, be restored so that people can also find job opportunities if the operation of the railway station has been restored. Thank you.
Much for those inputs. Are there any further inputs? Are there any other people who would like to input?
Siyabonga kakhulu ngezimvo zenu. Ingabe basesekhona yini abathanda ukuzokhuluma?
Going 5, going 4, going 3, going 2. All right, I think that's it. As I had promised, I will ask one of our colleagues just to say in summary what is going to happen to the inputs that we have received here, and also take the same opportunity to thank everyone for their trouble and everything for coming here. May I also once more repeat that it is not all lost. You can still go to that extreme right, left. There are forms available. You can still tell them what you'd like to input, or you can take an email and make sure that you write.
Njengoba ngithembisile ukuthi ngizocela omunye uzakwethu ukuthi achaze inqubo yokuthi sizosebenza kanjani ngezimvo zenu ukuqhubekela phambili, bese athatha lelo thuba ukuthi abonge wonke umuntu okwazile ukuthi abe khona la kulomhlangano. Okunye futhi ukuthi njengoba ngishilo ukuthi ithuba lisesekhona, njengoba ngishilo ukuthi ningasebenzisa ne-email ukwenza izethulo ezibhaliwe uma umuntu engalitholanga ithuba noma ethanda ukuthi enze isethulo sakhe ngokubhalwa phansi.
Mkhulu, usike waphuma ngesasikhathi uqeda bengifuna ukuthi nathi asikwazi siyaqala ukubona. Kodwa sijabulile ukukubona. Ngicela uzakwethu lapha uHonorable Kethama Balasithole.
Sizonikeza umhlonishwa uKhethama Balasithole.
Angibonga kakhulu umphathi ohlelo.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Ngibonge ngifuthi ngituse ukuthi abantu balapha bakwazile ukufika la.
And we appreciate the fact that people from this locality were able to come to this meeting.
Oqala nje njengoba uchairperson kade seshilo.
Firstly, as the chairperson has just said,
ukuthi njengoba sila sizolalela nina nokuthi nithini nokuthi nifuna le bill isetshenzwe kanjani.
because we are here to listen to you, to make inputs with regard to this bill.
Oqala nje chairperson esikuthola ukuthi into enkulu abakhala ngayo bandla i-service delivery.
What we have noted today, the major challenge is service delivery.
Nanokuthi ke umsebenzi wethu njenge portfolio committee ukuthi makukhona izinto 18 service delivery kakhulukazi 18 province ne 18 umasipala sikwazi ukuyichanela ziye kuma department afaneleyo.
And again, that our work as a committee, when there are challenges in the communities, it is our work to channel them to the relevant authorities.
Ngokomthetho ke lo esihamba ngawo
In accordance to this bill,
umsebenzi kokuqala ukuthi njengoba sila sizohambela wonke ama provinces.
Our task is to go around all the provinces
Ukulalela ukuthi lo mthetho njengoba uhlongozwa bawufuna usenyezwe kanjani mayigcineni usumthetho.
To get the views of communities about this proposed bill, as to what are their inputs, what do they expect from the bill.
Ubeseshile kusala usiqale Northwest Mpumalanga manje kule viki evikini elilandelayo zobe sise Gauteng.
The chairperson has already alluded to the fact that we started in Northwest and we are now here in Mpumalanga. Next week we are going to Gauteng.
Ngonyaka ozayo kuzobe siye kwamanye ama province.
And next year we will be visiting other provinces.
Uma sesiwahlanganisileke uvo lwabantu noma imbono yabantu
When we have consolidated all the views of the people,
ukuthi sihlale phansi njenge portfolio committee sibheke ukuthi ke abantu bathini iziphi izinto ezifuna ukulungiswa kulomthetho lohlongozwayo.
is to sit down and deliberate about the inputs made by the people and effect those inputs into the legislation.
Bese kuba khona ke nabasiguidayo nathi abazumthetho la ukuthi sikwazi ukuthi masuwenza sowenze kuba umthetho ovunyelwe wonke umuntu.
And then we take it to the state law advisors so that they look into the legalities of the matter before they process it further.
Bese sithi mase siuqedile ke siwuse parliament
And thereafter we take it to parliament.
la kuyofana uphase khona busodlulela ku president noma NCOP busuya president.
That is where it is going to be passed through the NCOP before it goes to the president.
Ngicabanga ukuthi ke njengoba kade shilo ke usihlalo ukuthi kukhona odadewethu lapha nabafowethu abalindele zonke izinto engicabanga ukuthi zisele noma mhlawumbe ningayishongo ningakwazi ukuthi nibasebenzise njengoba belapha ekhoneni.
Like the chairman has said that we have our support, parliamentary support staff, those who were not able to make oral submissions can still make written submissions and submit to them.
Angibonga kakhulu kusihlalo kubafowethu abangamalungu eParliament esikhamba nabo.
Thank you very much to the Honorable Chair and my colleagues on the Portfolio Committee.
Sicela sinifisele indlela enhle ukuthi manisuka la nibe nendlela enhle ukuthi noKhisimusi masingasabonananga nibe noKhisimusi omuhle.
We wish you well, safe journey, go well and have a nice Christmas if we are not going to see each other up until then.
Siyabonga kakhulu.
Thank you very much.
Ningambone ekhuluma kanje mncane kimi. Sekubonge wonke umuntu. Sesifikele emaphethelweni.
Don't be fooled, he is much younger than I am.
Ezinye azitolikwa manje izinto. Ezinye izinto azitolikwa ziyekwa nje zikanjalo.
We have come to an end of our program.
And we would like that you, as patient you have been, some small refreshment has been prepared, it's on its way.
Sesifikile ekugcineni kweluhlelo lwethu siyeva ukuthi ngathi kukhona lokuncane lokuya ngasethunjini leni lungiselelwe kona.
So we like that you remain seated if you can until you are served. In the next 10 to 15 minutes maximum, the food will be here.
Siyanicela ke ukuthi ngazi ukuthi ningahlala la nikhona khona ningaphumi nilinzalinze nje ngaba mizuzu emaminutes la 10 kumbe la 15 kutabe sekufikile lokudla lengikhuluma ngakho.
Thank you very much. The meeting has come to an end.
Siyabonga kakhulu ke ngula la uphela khona ke umhlangano wethu.